What's up, Spillers? Welcome back to Tea with Tori. I'm your host, Tori. Happy Thursday. And today I have a very, very special guest. I have Iyanna.
Hey, guys.
Wee-wee. Iyanna, please tell the Spillers who you are and what you do.
Yes. So my name is Iyanna Dunn, just in case if anyone has any issues pronouncing it. I'm originally from New Jersey. I was a military veteran, and now I am on the journey to be a full-time content creator. But yeah, I think I wear many hats, but this one is like closest to my heart, like content creation. So
what is your like content niche? Like what type of content makes you happy?
I would keep it mostly to like wellness and lifestyle. Whatever really seems most authentic to me. I feel as if I was doing like something with an emphasis in sports just for a bag, it would be so not genuine.
Out of alignment.
Yeah. And it would be like, what is she doing? Oh, paid per month. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't want to be like one of those girlies. That's not how I built my following. Just me. So I do stuff from like food reviews, food blogging, if you will.
Okay.
Food porn, really.
We love it. We love it.
And then it would go to like yoga, things that have to do with like holistic mental health, a little bit of cannabis,
a lot of bit of cannabis,
and then just like me being me, me, doing like a fashion trend or just talking about what's going on in the world. I just try my best to just keep it really authentic.
So you said that you have worn a lot of hats. What are your favorite hats that you have worn so far?
Honestly, the one that I'm wearing now, because first I feel like I wore a like fitness hat, but I couldn't keep it on too long. So I traded, you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
I was like, do I have this hat on too tight? Because what's going on?
He said, ow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was that. But like, again, it felt like something that I wasn't fully maintaining because I don't fit that gym rat niche, nor am I in the gym for 5-6, days a week.
Hours a freaking day.
Right. So I was like, what? But I've been doing yoga for 10 years. So I was like, okay, this is more my thing. But then I have this love for food. So I'm like, okay, how can I be fitness girly and be food girly at the same time? So I'm kind of in this, I think I'm wearing more of a do-rag girl because it fits right real tight, real perfect, okay? Like, all I got to do is just slip it on and it's working. I don't have to get sized or nothing, of just being authentic. And it's, I like food. I like to work out. I have this spiritual component about me. But I'm not too, like, head above, you know what I mean? I, like, try my best to keep it, like, right there.
On TikTok, they have like the crunchy moms that it's like everything is organic, nothing has a chemical, everything is non-toxic, blah, 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 blah. But then they have this category that I fall into, which is the scrunchy mom, which is like the sort of crunchy mom.
Right.
Where it's like my daughter definitely watches Miss Rachel and has screen time, but also like I refuse to give her like packaged baby food.
Period. No, period. I cannot wait to be in my like mommy blogger era once I, get the right man in my life.
Wait. Take a breath.
Right. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Do it the right way.
Wait.
Come on, God. Hello. I know I look young,
hey,
but
she wants to wait. Like, don't get excited. She wants to wait
for the right way. For the right man, for sure.
So you said military vet.
Girl, yes. I proudly served in the United States Navy for 4 years or so.
Damn.
I know. I still, like, seriously. So I, of course, have a therapist. I do, like, all sorts of, like, spiritual stuff. And they have helped me completely. Like, most people are like, oh, you were in the military? And I'm like, thank God.
Literally, I'm very thrown off by that.
Right. And I'm so grateful because it shows. Because like I remember when I first got honorably discharged, there's a big difference. I got out and it was very obvious to people that I was in the military or I had just gotten out. So, it was more than just like counting, days to years about like, oh, okay, she seems that far removed. No, it was she seems that far removed because she's done the work.
Yeah.
And her energy is giving, she's feeling light and happy and fun and free, essentially.
When did you go into the Navy?
I got in at the tender. I was 19 going on 20. It was, it was 2013.
Wow.
I was just a baby. She was just a baby.
That's crazy. What made you want to join?
There were a few reasons why, but the main reason was not to collect debt and to have, and what I mean by not to collect debt, right? Anybody could collect debt, but one of the first major things, it seems like people have a lot of student loans.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't want to at least not bring that on to me. You know what I mean? Like car and all that stuff, all that stuff, it is what it is.
Life is lifing.
Life is lifing. But I was like, if I can at least not have that.
Not $300,000 in debt straight out of college.
Straight out of college. That's kind of insane.
Literally.
And then also, shout out to my dad. He also proudly served. In the United States Navy. So I was like, okay, this probably is the right one. Plus, it seemed like all the, smart girlies were there too. So I was like, I kind of fit into this category.
My uncle was in the Air Force, and it was kind of the same thing where it's like he did 1 year of college, and he was like, first of all, I don't even know what I want to do. So I'm spending all this money, or his parents' money at that point, like to get a degree in something that I don't even know if it's like what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Like that just seems crazy. So I went into the Air Force.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, literally the Air Force was my second choice overall because I just heard really, really positive things from the actual people that were not just trying to
sway
like, join now. It was way more than that. So
what did you study while you were in the Navy?
So what was really interesting was that while I was, doing my tour as we call it, because we're on the ship, I was also able to gain some college credits. What they don't actually tell you is that they bring civilians onto the ship who can teach you. What? Yes, it's literally insane.
They don't advertise this.
They don't, and I was
that's crazy.
No way. So yeah, so I hope if I inspire somebody, why not? It worked for me. There was a lot of trauma. Don't get me wrong. There is a lot of sacrifice. I'm coming from this from a completely different place. You know what I mean? So. It definitely took a lot of time to get over certain things. I'm sorry, I kind of have ADHD.
I have so much ADHD. Don't even worry about
it. And it is what it is. We have energy. We go from one topic to another, and this is
literally like this. It's like one of those switchboards. Like I feel like the old school switchboards where like they have to plug in the different things for like phone calls. That's what my brain is like.
Literally.
All the tabs are open.
For me, it's more like, the like bop it. Was like, pull it. Swing it. That's
literally. That's my life. That's literally my life in a nutshell.
And plus, I'm just like happy to be here, so it's gonna just like flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not so much like,
What would you say is like some of the like heavier trauma that you went through from being in the Navy?
So, and I am in a much better place to talk about this kind of stuff. I was sexually assaulted 3 times in the military.
Oh my God.
Yes. So there's some major trauma with that. And it was
obviously.
That's what I'm saying. And it was like triggering from like some things that happened in my childhood. And, hey, no, this is my story, my truth. I'm going to have children one day. And I want them to be inspired to like see this and be like, mommy, like, look at this, And then also like, oh my God, like my mom wanted me so much. She was like, God, bring me the right man. So let's have babies. And then,
Literally.
You see how my mind just went from A to Z?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
Yeah. There was some sexual assault trauma. There was some just like people being rude. I don't know.
Emotional trauma.
Yeah, just like bullies, I guess, essentially. Thankfully, my parents had my sister and I homeschool. For me, I was homeschooled during my high school years.
Okay.
I hated my parents for that.
I did 1 year of homeschooling my freshman year, and I was like, get me out of here. Can't do this. I feel so isolated.
That's literally how I felt, but I'm in hindsight, and I even told them, when I finally came to terms with like all childhood trauma that everyone goes through, and you're like, you know what? I actually see it from the lens of my parents. They were just doing the best that they could.
Literally.
With no tools, no education.
They didn't even have TikTok to look
They
shit
didn't
up.
Girl, they didn't have
Google. They didn't have none of it.
Pinterest, none of it. They were just doing the best that they could. And then under 30, like most of our parents had us under 30. What? Insane.
My mom had me at 26, and I literally remember turning 26 and being like, there's no way.
My mom had me right around there. And when I had turned 25, I was like, ain't no way my mom had me then. What?
Like, you wanted me to be I'm just literally thinking back at like when I was 26, I had just met my man that I'm with now, but like my life was no shape or form in a position to have a child.
A living, breathing thing
I
that
still feel like a
relies on
teenage
you.
mom right now. I'm freaking 30. Like,
Mine was 20.
Girl, like, Jesus, like,
Shout out to y'all, because I just turned 32, and I'm like, definitely want them, but
they can come when they want.
But then I'm like, wait a minute,
literally.
But I'm like, so now instead of like rushing, like I need this and that, I'm like, you know what, God, bring me the good man first, and then everything will slowly just work itself out.
Literally, I will say, like, I don't feel like anyone's ever ready.
Right.
I feel like there's really no like time, like God's timing is God's timing, and like it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen and when it's meant to happen. And we're not operating in like some prehistoric time now where it's like people live till they're like 30, 40 years old. Like people live damn near like 90, 100 years old at this point if you take care of yourself properly. So like you have so much time, and it sucks that like female like biological clock does time out because you're born with all the eggs you have in your entire life, and they start blah, 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 blah.
Honestly, I'm kind of like divine timing. If I'm supposed to meet my man this year, but we decide, because we having so much freaking fun, but then we decide to have babies at 42, then that's just what it's going to be, because that's what God said.
It'll happen.
And I would
when
actually
it's meant
prefer to be like that, because I'm really enjoying my 30s.
I will say that like that sense of like ticking clock and like wanting that point of your life to come does alleviate though. Like when I had my daughter, I was like, oh, like I did that. Like I have a child. Like I think it's just,
She's
I don't
so
know
beautiful.
if it's,
my gosh. You give me mommy goals every time I look at your story. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to mute Tori. Because at
like,
this
look
point,
at this baby.
I'm about to just be like walking around like, it's like, sir, are you single? What's your job? Okay, then like I'm like, girl,
you're 6 foot.
Okay, there we go.
College graduate.
Right. Okay, amazing. You love your mom. You love Jesus.
Sign me out.
This is the one.
Sign me out.
Yeah, he's the one.
But I'm gonna take us back. Alrighty, I'm gonna circle it back because we kind of just touched on it, and then our ADHD brains took us into a whole different other direction.
We just do it.
But what are some of the things that you did to heal from the sexual assault trauma that you went through in the Navy?
So one of the first things I did was the VA had like women's groups. I tried that. Didn't like that. Because I was raised, shout out to my mama, I was raised the way she raised her and my dad, but just seeing my mom be such a strong woman my entire life, because duh. And then her always telling my sister and I, like, if you say something, or if you see something, say something. Of course, you don't plan for something like this to happen to your child. But I was just like, I have to say something. This and this happened. So I was truly blessed to have a amazing support system. And I guess maybe because I like paid attention to like what was going on with the VA, I had like a plethora of just opportunity to get myself right from therapists. They wanted to get me on like certain like pills. I was like, no, thank you. Shout out to cannabis that helps with anxiety, insomnia, and all sorts of different things that you may be like going through, whether you were you're a victim or a survivor, depending on where you are
in that journey. Yeah.
In that journey, I kind of got into survivor mode really, really quick. And then I was like, wait, no, like this is something that happened to me. I want to take my life back. So what I did was I had a great therapist. It took me a while to find the right therapist. Yoga, and hot yoga specifically.
Yes. I love a good hot yoga.
Shout out to Sweat Yoga, excuse me. They were the first ever. They randomly DM'd me and was like, you want to try a session? And I've been hooked ever since.
He said, I'm obsessed.
Obsessed.
I'm a hot 8 girly.
Period. And all the amazing women at The Ritual, I'm just going to do a shameless plug because this is a woman-owned business that literally changed my life. And even though I don't go there anymore because I since moved from Calabasas, I love them so much. They're the Ritual over in Westlake Village.
Okay.
Amazing. They don't even know half of my story.
How much they've helped you.
Yeah. But that helped with that. Equine therapy and hiking.
Okay.
Shout out to my dad. I remember, I think I was 15 or 16 or something like that. He took my sister and I hiking for the first time. And I knew that I was in love, like from that moment on. From that moment on. So those are the things that like helped me on my journey, and just being honest, being fully like present and like, hey, like I cannot turn back time, and I also I should not have had to go through that, but I did. And look at me now. I didn't let these roadblocks keep me stuck. Absolutely not.
I love that. What's your sign?
Pisces, Aries, Taurus. Pisces sun, I believe. Mm-hmm. Aries moon, and then my rising is Taurus. I got the full scope because I was like, I'm so much more than
just Pisces.
I was like, I am very like spiritual and like esoteric, the way a Pisces is, but I am like.
You're not all the way in the Delulu land,
right? Not at all. And I'm like, oh, it's because I have a fire, water, and earth. Makes sense. You kind of need all that.
I have 0 air in my chart, so that's why I feel like I'm surrounded by air signs. I'm surrounded by Geminis and Aquarians from all angles.
Yes. I also don't have air in my chart. Aries is fire, I think, and then Taurus, I know that's Earth.
Yeah, so my daughter's a Taurus.
Period. Oh yes,
Earth Mama.
Earth Mama. I love that. Yeah, my mom and dad are Gemini and Aries. Aries, Aquarius.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom and dad are Gemini and Aquarius.
Girl, stop. I need you to stop playing
my
with
dad's a Gemini, my mom's an Aquarius.
Shout out to our parents.
Literally, shout out to parents.
Shout out to them, because the older we're getting, maybe not older.
Well,
the more mature we're getting.
Yes, I like that better.
The more mature, darling, because this face is timeless. But like the more like mature we're like getting, we're like, oh, I totally understand why my mom and dad did that.
Literally, I saw a TikTok that was like, your perspective will shift when you realize your mom is just a girl doing life, but 30 years ahead of you.
Literally.
And I was like,
the respect is just there.
Literally. The respect that I
girl.
gained from my mom going through pregnancy and having a child is, I can't even begin to articulate. And like, I try to tell her, but I'm also like, I'm not the most open, emotional person. Like, I love to kiki and rah-rah. And like, a lot of times if I go through like negative emotions, I do that like on my own. Like I process it on my own. And then I come back out, like I go into like my shell and like I heal and I do my shit and I come out and I'm like, hi, I'm back. So I've like told her a little bit, but I haven't really fully like done like the cry and like, I can't believe like you did all these things and you had 3 kids and like you did this all by yourself and like you live so far from family because family has helped me so much. There's just like so many things that you realize the more you just be out here doing life. Like, you're like, wow, some of the things that like I thought should have happened or like ways that I thought that people should have older than me should have treated or done or experienced or informed me or like, I'm sure my kid's going to look at me and say the exact same thing. Like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? And you're like, I'm just out here trying, bro.
No, for real. This, I feel like, you know what? This episode is dedicated to our womb healing.
Literally.
I love that. I love that for you. Yeah, with me, I think from listening to what you just said and like digesting it, we have strong mamas. That is how I deal with stuff too. But then I do let people in because I'm not that guarded. I'm only guarded when in my romantic life because I don't really trust men right now.
Do you know what your Venus is?
Oh my God, no. I need to see because
That's how you are in love. So that's...
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, thank you. I'm duly noted.
Literally, because my big 3, I'm a Sun, Sag, Pisces rising, Virgo moon. But then...
Oh, you're a Sag.
I'm a Sag.
My sister's a Sag.
I'm like, woo, turn up. I'm free. Let's go. But my Venus is a Scorpio.
Ooh.
So I'm like, you're mine. You're no one else's. Don't look at them. What are you doing? Where are you going? I love you. It's only been the 3rd date. I know. I love you. We should be together forever. Let's get married. Like
I love like that too.
That's how I love.
Especially to this one guy that, never mind.
Didn't deserve it. Fuck him.
We're not going to talk about him. He
fuck
does not
you.
deserve that.
Shout out to you. Fuck you.
Right.
Respectfully, disrespectfully, fuck you.
I know. But anyway. But no, like, a lot of our coping mechanisms we mimic from our parents. I feel like, you know, like watching my like parents and just like having that like Superman, Superwoman syndrome where all we do is like look at them as like props. Okay, like and action. Like this is just, you know, mom and dad came to save the day and that's it. Literally. They're like they don't have a heart, they don't have a pulse. Like this is their only job. And just, but like watching them do that is probably the reason why, because I tend to like do that too, where if I'm like going through something, I'm like, okay, buck up. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Head up high, let's go. I have to do this. I will get through this moving forward. You know what I mean?
My dad was like, never let him see you sweat.
Right.
So I'm over here like the freaking Key and Peele thing where it's like he's literally dripping sweat
yes.
and he's like...
Yeah.
It's just pouring sweat.
With the eyes moving.
Literally.
I know exactly the meme you're talking about.
Yes. Put that meme in.
Put that meme in. Or, I don't know if you're an Animal Crossing girly.
No.
Okay, Animal Crossing, when they go like... Y'all know. Y'all gonna have to put that in. Animal Crossing does that. They like sweat. And then they like move side to side like, oh my God.
I'm dead. Wait, I just totally processed some other shit you said. So your parents are Gemini and Aquarius, and then you're Pisces, and your sister, older or younger?
Younger.
Your younger sister is a Sag. My mom is an Aquarius, my dad's a Gemini, I'm a Sag, and my sister's a Pisces.
You know what, girl?
Do you have another sibling?
It's starting to get weird. No, but we got dogs. Rest in peace, Spongy. What is going on?
That's actually crazy. 4 family members, 4 of the same signs. That's actually insane.
You're really freaking me out. You're starting to freak me out. You're just a long lost sister. That
Literally, how did this happen?
I've always wanted. It's amazing. It's amazing.
How old's your sister?
She is actually in the business. Her name is Tila Dunn. Shout out to my sister.
Said, turn up, sisters.
Turn up, sis. She is what, 20? Oh my God, she's 28.
You said, how'd that happen?
I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, these are big girl numbers.
No, someone asked me the other day, my younger brother, I only have one brother, so I don't know why I said youngest.
Right.
He's 4 years younger than me, and someone the other day asked me how old he was. I'm like, oh, he's 26. The fuck? Yeah. I'm like, because you're 15 in my head.
Right, I swear. Yeah, my sister and I, we have, it feels like 4 years because she's born in December, I'm born in February. But it's like 3 and like
some change.
10 months.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like a 4-year age difference.
Yeah.
You know, so. But yeah. Girl, we have I cannot wait. So I just got a new apartment and I'm fixing up.
Ooh.
I'm looking, because I'm obsessed with dogs. I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to have a dog before I get pregnant because there's this major component called love. I still believe in love.
There's a major component called 50% of genetics.
Right, called a good man.
Literally.
I'm trying to.
You might need some binoculars, my guy, if you're really trying to find one of those.
Honey,
you might need a telescope. You might need to just.
And specifically, a good black man. Specifically, so it's cut in half. That loves black women. So it's like really this in LA, which is like.
Wow. It's like the emoji of the fingers and how close.
Oh, yes. I'm this close. This close.
What type of dog would you get?
Oh. So I'm really obsessed with cockapoo, cavapoo, multi-poo.
So all the poos.
All the poos, but no poo. Because we don't take no shit over here. The only man I'm taking shit from is a puppy, period.
Oh, 100%.
Period.
And a child eventually.
And a child. Right.
That's literally, I realized that like, I wake up and have to like wipe someone else's shit before I even like brush my teeth. And I was like, wow, that's motherhood for you.
I love that for you, though.
Just wake up and you're someone's slave, like off the rip.
Off the rip.
Literally, your eyes open and like
you work for baby girl.
You work for someone that
boy.
doesn't even pay you. That's crazy.
They can't even pronounce words, really. No comprehension.
No comprehension of even the work you're doing for them.
And they also won't remember this until maybe around 4 or 5.
No, and even once they remember it, they won't respect you for it until they're like 30.
Like, you did that?
Literally.
I know. Then you gotta, that's right. So they'll only start remembering stuff around kindergarten. But then around the time, but you know what? Shout out to the next generation, because I actually feel like if you and I, if we got it between 25 and 30.
Maybe they'll get it earlier.
They'll probably get it earlier.
I don't know.
15, please. Mine.
I don't know.
15?
I don't know.
Around when they start I hate you, Mom. I hate you, Dad. Close the door.
Oh, I was never allowed to do that.
Oh,
I would have lost my door.
Same, right.
If I hit the I hate you,
I'm just trying to do the like
cussing.
PR version of because this is the PR version.
Like I would have lost my door. I would have come home to
what
no
door?
door.
There is no door.
Literally,
what's going on?
You don't pay for this door. I literally, my parents always knew where I was. I feel like my parents did a really good job of like letting me do my own thing and like not trying to like manage me too much.
Helicopter parent.
Yeah, because I just feel like
the term, yeah.
Helicopter parenting just makes your kids really good at hiding what they're doing. It doesn't mean that they're not doing the shit you don't want them to do. And I watched that so much. Like my parents always knew where I was, always knew what I was doing because they let me be able to tell them things without being so scared that I wasn't going to be allowed to do something or not go somewhere versus my friends that like their parents were super helicopter parents. They were the ones that were saying they were coming over to my house and then leaving their phone at my house and we were going out and doing stuff because the location was on their phone. Or they were telling their mom that they were going to this place, but then they were having sex with this boy. Place. Like they were telling their mom they never drank and then they were the one that like got blackout wasted and I saved from an uncomfortable situation with some man. Like it was always the girls that were super helicopter parented or super like micromanaged that were the craziest to me. So I really give my parents props. And it can't be easy to just kind of like let your kid go without all these rules. I feel like it's actually harder than helicopter parenting because helicopter parenting, you at least feel like you have some semblance of control.
It's this false sense of reality, essentially.
When literally all you've done is taught your kid what they need to hide from you.
Literally.
And have them go asking other random, weird, freaking questions to their friends that are probably way less knowledgeable. And instead of asking you because they're more scared of you than they're more scared to disappoint you or upset you than they are like wanting to actually get the knowledge from you, when you would probably give them way better knowledge than their homie from freaking fourth period.
I could not agree more. But you know what? I think I have a new understanding for helicopter parents. I 100% what you said about helicopter parenting is 100% accurate. And I experienced it. However, I now totally have a newfound respect for, like, not respect, excuse me, a better understanding, right? Because I don't want to do that to my kids. However, you and I, like, when I become a mom, I'm going to even have even more education than you did as a new mom.
Literally.
You see what I'm saying? I cannot shame any parent, especially in the freaking 90s, when like having a computer was like a beyond a luxury.
Literally.
You know what I mean? We have computers on our phones. We literally walk around with mini tablets. Okay? Essentially, okay?
So, we are AI at this point.
We are AI. Are you chipped? No, I'm just like, where's the chip? But like, I really have so much understanding, and it really did shape me. So it's just more like a educational thing. Like, if they had our education, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't do X, Y, and Z. However, at the foundation, all they want is their kids to be safe and not go through any trauma, any crap.
Which is unavoidable.
Which is unavoidable. However, they're new parents. How can you tell them that?
Literally.
So by me, like, experiencing it from just one side and then becoming more mature and getting understanding, like, oh yeah, mom and dad are human beings. They're
just people.
With little to no resources about like X, Y, and Z, like with like parenthood.
Literally.
Like, and even when I become a parent, like knowing all this stuff that I know now, and then being able to just contact my own mom and dad, and then hopefully his, I'm putting that into the universe.
Well, I would hope so.
Right.
Honestly, like, I am so close. My man has a stepmom and a biological mom, both very present, both very active in his life. And I talk to them all the time. Like, yes. I literally feel like I've gained 2 more moms. Like, I have 3 moms in my life.
Oh, I love that.
And it's so amazing. Like, no one will ever replace my mom, obviously.
Of course.
She's my freaking mom. Shout out to my
Shout
freaking
out to
mom. But it's just amazing to have 2 other strong, trustworthy, freaking amazing women in my life that have been added into my life because of this amazing man that I'm with.
Oh, period, girl.
I love his dad. Like, I love his family so much. And this is the first person that I've ever dated in my life where I've loved their family.
Oh,
so that's
important.
It was so nerve-wracking when I met them for the first time. And I was like, I've had boyfriends before. I met their moms and stuff and met their family. Like, why am I so nervous? And I realized because all of them didn't like their families. So I'm like, I don't care if your mom doesn't like me. You don't even like your fucking mom, bro.
Right?
But when you're dating someone that like loves their family and has great family and loves their moms and respects their family's opinion so much, like, that's so much of a heavier first time meeting than like you don't fuck with your mom? Well, if she doesn't like me, who cares? You don't care about her opinion anyway. Like,
right.
It was a weird, like, kind of mind fuck to go through because I was just like, oh, I've really never dated someone that like I fuck with their family and their family is freaking amazing.
No, that's so dope. Do you think like that when you were dating your man, was that a deal breaker? Like, he has to love his family because of your previous relationships?
So what I thought in my previous relationships were like, oh, like you don't really like your family. Like that doesn't really matter. Like I guess then I won't have to like choose on holidays and like you'll just kind of like be in the vibe of my family and it won't be like a separation. But the more I was in it, the more I realized when they don't like their families, they also don't understand why you like yours. Oh. So I took a huge break from dating. I was in an abusive relationship and I took 5 years before I met my man. And I was also still not trying to date. But when I met him and I was like, Cupid!
Yes!
Why?
Yes!
Why? I was fully committed to like 35, I'm gonna be out here, I'm gonna be doing what the fuck I need to do. I'm gonna build my career and do my shit. 26, I meet him and I'm like, so you're the love of my life and I'm gonna be with you forever.
Yes.
But that was a huge deal breaker for me for the next person that I met because I realized that in order for someone to understand how involved I am with my family and why family holidays are important and why Sunday brunch is important and all this different things. Like, why do you have to go hang out with your sister on her birthday? What do you mean? Because it's my sister and it's her fucking birthday. Like, are you fucking dumb?
Right.
I realized that I needed to be with someone who understood what it meant to be good family and respected the fact that I love my family and I want to be around my family and it's because they had the same. Because before even I had one of each. I had the, I don't really care about my family. Like I've always wanted to be a part of a family like this. But then they kind of get resentment because they're like, wait, you have this. Why didn't I get this?
Right.
And then I've had the like, I don't give a fuck about my family. And then like, why are you giving a fuck about your family? Because my family's not your family. Right. I heard the stories and my family didn't do that.
Right. What's going on? We need to be on the same page, sir.
So then I was just like, I want to be with someone. I manifested this. I want to be with someone who understands that family is extremely important to me because family is extremely important to them. And that was definitely one of like the pillars, like one of the 5 non-negotiables that I had going into a relationship if I was going to date someone ever again.
Right. I feel like people focus on, okay, he's got to be tall, he's got to be handsome, he's got to have a good job. That was me at 25.
Well, you can get in a car accident and end up in a wheelchair and be much shorter. You can lose your job. Literally. You can get into a fire.
Right. Laid off. Just
literally, you could have burns all over your face from a fire. Like, I just started looking for someone that I liked the way that they treated me. I liked their values. And of course, like there's gotta be sexual chemistry. You gotta want to take your panties off and shit. But
that has to,
like the whole like he must be 6'1", he must make this amount of money.
Right.
That stuff fades too. You get old and you don't look the same. So it's like,
literally, low-key look at their parents.
Right. Period.
Literally. But I know you had mentioned I'm like, I could just gab forever, but.
Oh, I love it.
We talking about you, girl. We talking about you. Let's get back. I'm like, I'm over here like, yes, and my life and my family, and this is what I shot. Yeah, but.
No, I love it though.
You said we were DMing, and by the way, we were DMing, and I was like, girl, we need to stop DMing because we're talking like the podcast already.
We really were.
We were literally sending voice notes back and forth. They were like 4 minutes. We were kikiing already. But you told me that you were a Nick kid.
Yes. So, okay, period. Shout out to SAG-AFTRA. 1999, like 2001. So on my Wikipedia page, if you just Google like Iyanna Dunn, you'll see me talking to puppets. No, dead. I don't do that anymore.
Are you sure? You're not the Black Miss Rachel?
Well, no, I'm just like, but no, seriously. So, it was my show, because it was literally my show. It was called Happy's Friends. Aww. And again, I'm like 4 years old. So it's really cute. It's cute. Your daughter can totally watch this. Like literally just be like, hey, pull it up on like YouTube and be like, this was a friend of mine. Just, check it out. Just check it out.
She'd be like,
oh, cool. She looks like me. Yay, representation.
Literally though.
But what's so funny is that like when I watch that, I'm actually happy that so acting did not really work out for me, but who knows? Like anything can happen. But personally, I did not like it.
Gotcha.
It just was not for me. So I'm glad I took my own path. But I always knew that I had this awesome personality. And I was like, of course, this was way before social media was a thing and like influence, and content creation was a thing. So, getting back to Abby's friends, and like Nickelodeon in general, I did like a bunch of random like print ads and things like that. But yeah, that was my little show. I'm talking to puppets, and then the puppets come alive, But
That's crazy.
yeah, but how like Toy Story is, it's like they come alive when I leave.
Gotcha.
So it's not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's a Toy Story vibe.
it's like a Toy Story vibe, you know what I mean? Like when they like my parents like, hey, like Abby, come down for dinner. Like I'm like, okay, Dad, on my way. Like I'm
and the
walking.
puppets are like,
as soon as I leave, puppets are like, turn up, party.
That's so freaking
She's
cute.
having dinner or lunch, or she's at, pre-K,
doing her thing.
It's kind of cute though.
That's actually adorable.
It really is adorable, I must say.
So we touched on your wellness journey a little bit.
Yes.
I would love to ask you, is like wellness something that came from your parents? Is it something that like you have kind of had passed down to you, or is it something that you had to discover for yourself?
Both and both. My mom, shout out to my mom, she's the affirmation queen before affirmations was a thing. My mom would make sure that my sister and I would not leave the house ashy. Okay, like our clothes were together. Now, whether or not like us just being kids or like hair, like she would have our hair together, outfits together, but then we would go outside, come back. What is going on?
Literally. I did the same thing.
Did a hurricane hit? No, we just being kids playing.
Literally.
But my mom would make sure that my sister and I were together. On the outside. The inside, she would literally make us this was before the mirror exercise because you really didn't have the information of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or self-love, self-care. There wasn't a hashtag. That was a pound sign on a rotary phone.
Literally. Literally.
So shout out to Mama. She would have us look into the mirror and be like, I love myself. Like, if we were having a bad day or something like that, and just say all these positive affirmations. So there was that. When I got older and some traumatic things happened, working with a therapist, and a psychiatrist, and then them trying to like, because they will push stuff on vets, whether they know that it's a good thing or a bad thing or like a dangerous, slippery slope, they would. I was like, no, thank you. I know the power of like intention and like loving yourself. Now, if you have like a medical condition, girl, take that. But what I'm saying is like certain things that
to
could
numb things.
Get you, and you're not actually facing it. I'm not talking about like actual physical condition. You'll definitely need to take that.
Literally.
But if it's like, something of the mind that's not chronic, for the most part, you can,
chronic.
There is right. Shout out to Snoop.
I love that. What were some of like your favorite affirmations that your mom, like that kind of like still play in your head that your mom had you doing?
Yes, literally. Okay, I remember my like just standing in the mirror with my hands behind my back, saying such positive things. But these are the things. These are the affirmations that I still say, and I want to pass down to my kids one day. Think before you speak and do. I love myself because duh, do the best that you can. Always speak slow and clear. Just the list goes on, and I'm probably forgetting my like favorite, because that's how it happens. Of course, you're gonna forget your favorite, but those are the ones that really like stay
in your head,
in my head, rent free.
We're good? Okay. Do you have anything that is coming up for you right now that you want to promote or shout out so that the spillers know to look out for it?
Yes. So besides the debut of this awesome podcast. I actually have a Voyage article that's going to be published pretty soon. So definitely check out for that. They are spotlighting creators and, people like that in the LA area. And I'm truly blessed to have that opportunity. I am doing my best organically without a manager, and without using people's names to just, bring my following up, the way it's supposed to be. Godspeed, essentially.
Literally.
just letting him take over.
Also, let everyone know your socials and where they can find you.
Oh, yes. Okay. You guys can find me. It is my name, at Iyanna. It's IYYYAAANNAA. But if you literally just like type in Iyanna Dunn, my name, it'll pop up. So
perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I had such a good time talking to you.
Same.
Such a girl vibe. We literally ADHD'd all over the place.
Yes. And thank you so much for bringing me into your space and even considering me. So thank you so much.
Oh, I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing Thursday, and it's going to be even better after you hang up. But I am Tori 2 Green on all platforms. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and send this to somebody that you want to inspire. Have an amazing day. Bye.